You decided a long time ago that America's car magazines focused way too much on folks who had a lot of money. And there wasn't enough, there wasn't the, well, I'll use your term, there wasn't the grassroots representation that exists. And you wanted a magazine that was focused on regular people who liked fixing their cars and buying cars and wanted to be around cars. How has that changed,
Well,
that
to
journey?
start, I mean, yeah, I was a broke ass kid. I was 24 years old. I was fixing up a 240Z, didn't have two nickels to rub together. And I loved car magazines. I'd go buy a car magazine. All I wanted to do is tell me how my new Porsche Turbo, how fast it was 0 to 60, or how awesome my new Ferrari would be. And I'm like, how does that help a broke ass kid with a 240Z? And I was like, we used to have sports car graphic back in the day. It was a little more down to earth, and I liked that. And so we said, why don't we start something, and motorsports oriented too. I was into autocrossing and then got into road racing, and we wanted to talk more about that, not just street use. And as far as today, when we started, there was the SCCA, there was EMRA, a club, a regional club up in the Northeast, a Midwest Council, and a couple of others. There was no NASA. There was hardly any track day type stuff. There was hardly any racetracks. I mean, there's almost twice as many racetracks today as there was 40 years ago. There's dozens, if not hundreds, of different groups, sanctioning bodies. There's Porsche Club Racing, there's BMW Club Racing. None of this stuff existed when we started. I mean, I'd like to say, and it certainly made us successful, but I'd like to think that, we might have helped make all this stuff grow. And I'd go to the SEMA show back in the mid 80s and I'd talk about road racing and autocross, and they'd look at me like I had two heads. They'd be like, wait a minute, cars can only go left. They don't go right and left or straight. They go straight. And I'm like, you people are frustrated. Now you go to the SEMA show, and the whole muscle car movement has moved towards like the Optima streetcar challenge, and the whole world has moved to where we are rather than us moving to turning left. So, and that stuff's doing well too, but yeah, the world has changed immensely. It's a huge market. PRI recognizes it, SEMA recognizes it, the new car manufacturers, when they're building stuff like Subaru WRXs and new Corvettes and Porsche 911s, it's come our way.
How about culture? I mean, when you think about the addition of things like cars and coffee on weekends, that certainly didn't exist when I was a kid. But
No,
now,
I think that's generational. I mean, guys my age, we read an ad in the Road and Track. We sent our $15 in to be in the Triumph Club, Porsche Club, whatever it was. We got our little newsletter. We maybe went to a convention, and and car show people. We'd sit our lawn chairs out. I never did. I never did the whole lawn chair sitting out listening to people ask the same damn questions all day long. It was not my scene. I was more comfortable at a track event, but the world has changed. People say, oh, young people aren't into cars. That's crap. They're totally into cars. They're just in it, and not the way my generation was into it. So they want to be on an internet group. They want to learn how to take a Volvo turbo and put it on a Mazda or this or that. Just how to junkyard engineer stuff, and what we specialize in. And they want to do cars and coffees. I go to an import Carlisle swap meet every year and show, and it's so cool to see 50 kids with kids. I'm saying 20, 30-year-olds. Sorry, a 40-year-old's a kid for me these days, but they'll get together and meet each other. They're on internet groups. They meet each other for the first time at an event. They have a good time. They drink beer. They swap lies. It's totally, cars and coffee. The whole culture has changed in the 40 years I've been in it.